Hello YouTube, welcome to the next episode of the Ultimate Review Around the World with Microsoft Flight Simulator 2024. Today we are in Sweden. We continue to be in Sweden and we are going to Luleå Airport, Kallax Luleå Airport, and let's take a look at this airport. This is the default one. And let's get that started, and while that is loading, let's go take a look at this. So the Luleå Airport, Lima Lima Alpha and ICAO of Echo Sierra Papa Alpha, is in Luleå, Sweden, near the village of Kallax. Its official name is Luleå Kallax Airport, and surprisingly, it is Sweden's fourth busiest airport, handling almost 1 million passengers a year. It's actually a military airport, or was, but now does have a lot of commercial aviation flights, and it's served seasonally by Brathens, Edelweiss, Transavia and Vueling, but it's served year-round by John Air, Norwegian Air Shuttle and Scandinavian, which flies to Gothenburg and Stockholm Arlanda. So it is an airfield that is used quite a bit. So let's take a look at what we have here right off the bat. While there are ground markings, the parking spots appear to be weird. The ground markings actually appear to be rather weird. I don't think I would know exactly how to navigate into this, but if I look at it, it really looks like you come around to this side, follow this, and then turn into a parking spot like so. But the default definition of the parking spots is at a skewed angle. Buildings, nothing to write home about. Normal AI generated buildings. Looks like the AI got its texturing messed up. There's grass growing on the roof and there are little ponds of water on the roof. I'm sure that is not how the real life buildings look, but that's how they look here, at least some of them. And then there is another building in the middle of nowhere, surrounded by trees and a little bit of a tarmac. I am not sure what this building is intended to be. I think I need to jump into Google Maps to take a look at this. And then there is another building here with some parking in front of it. So these are very poorly generated buildings, but let me quickly take a look at Google Maps, and then I can talk maybe a little bit more about this airport. And let's see, what does this airport actually look like on Google Map? Okay, so the airport on Google Map looks nothing like what we are seeing here. Well, actually it kind of does, but so this side seems to be mostly the GA side. Let's go take a look at where the actual terminal building is supposed to be, at least according to Google Maps. That's where it is. And let's see what we have. So over here in the distance is where the actual tarmac is, and as you can see, this tarmac is pretty messed up, but okay, the tarmac looks a bit weird, but let's have a look. Yeah, it kind of looks like what I see on Google Maps. So anyway, this is the tarmac. There are the 3 gates. So this is representative, if not entirely accurate. There are 3 gates. There are some markings And there are some red do not cross lines, and of course the building roof textures look weird, but at least this looks fairly okay, fairly decent. Of course, if I were to change the time to night, it probably will not look anywhere like it should. Yep, it's mostly all dark. Yep, all dark. Though, to be fair, there is good runway taxiway edge markings, which is a blessing. There are also taxiway lights, which is another blessing. But once you get to the apron area, there is really nothing. It's actually, for a default airport, it's actually usable. It's only when you get to the apron that the usability goes down, but that is common with all of these default airports. But other than that, I think you can find your way to the apron, and at least at night, as you're coming in, you should be able to pick up these signs and taxi at least up to one of these 3 gates. So overall, actually not too bad. Now, unfortunately, there is no freeware version of this airport on flightsim.to, none that pop up, unfortunately. But all things said and done, I think I'm happy to give this a rating of maybe a 2, 1.5 to a 2, but I think 2 is better because at least it's usable at night. It's not a total disaster like most of these auto-generated ones are. So I think 2 is a fair rating for this airport, and with that I think we come to a close of this video, and we will see you on the next one. Thank you for watching. Please like, share and subscribe. And this was Kallax Luleå Airport in Sweden, Echo Sierra Papa Alpha, final rating 2.0, and we'll see you on the next one. Thank you.